Dick.
Yeah.
Take a look out of starboard. Oh my God! It looks like a huge.
We have reports of an unidentified flying object. It is a long, smooth jet, complete with two balls. Welcome to the show.
All right, horns up, metalheads. Time for another edition of Rockin' Metal Revival. Fall is here. The coolness is in the air, and I'm digging it, brother.
It's nice out, yeah.
I tell you what, after last weekend,
it's a good thing we put this studio outside.
Ooh, I know.
It's going to suck in a couple months.
I know. Yeah. But the
right
rain
now,
thing
it's worth
kind of
it.
sucks right now, but
Yeah,
I'm digging it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, last weekend, boy, I had my ass handed to me. I almost found out I'm too old to rock and roll.
Really?
Yeah, 2 days of rock and roll here at that big Sonic Boom Festival.
Dude, how far away do I live from that?
6 miles.
Yeah, I could hear it from here, man.
Oh, it was unbelievable. It was loud, and it was a lot of fun. I had a great time out there and saw some great bands and hung out with some good friends. Man, it was a good time. And speaking of good friends, we want to welcome one back to the show today, Eric Brittingham of Cinderella and currently of the Bret Michaels Band is going to join us. Next hour. We've known Eric for a long time. We had him in the actual studio one time at your old place.
Oh, yeah.
Remember in the Dungeon studio? We had him in there.
We had the Naked Beggars.
Yeah.
Had the whole band down there.
Whole band down there. So,
but they were wearing clothes, so it was kind of anticlimactic, you know.
It was pretty climactic.
There was only one of them that I would have wanted to see naked anyway. So.
Yeah, and Eric,
No, not...
No, it wasn't Eric?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, so we're going to talk to him next hour, but right now... I love this song. This just makes me more excited for November to get here and the release of the new Metallica album.
Starting it off with some Metallica.
Yeah, man. I'm really loving this song. From the soon-to-be-released CD Hardwire to Self-Destruct, this is Moth into the Flame. Metallica kicking your ass on Rockin' Metal Revival.
Bringing hard rock and metal to the masses.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Rockin' Metal Revival.
There's brand new music from Airborne. It's called Rivalry, and it is on from their new CD, Breaking Out of Hell.
Yeah, I didn't play any last week, and I had it.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I don't know, man.
Too much weed, man.
That could be
too much devil's lettuce.
I forgot devil's lettuce. Yeah, I love salad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So last weekend I went to that big show.
It was loud. Yeah.
And it was loud.
There's a lot of bands. Holy cow.
But, we've had a lot of those bands have been on this show. Wayland was on. Yeah. Wayland played that show.
Miles Kennedy
was there. Lejean from Seven Dust.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
Crowbot. We had
Crowbot was there. Hell Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They were there, and it's a lot of great bands playing out there, and I can't imagine what it takes to put on a festival like that.
Man, I know. Look, there's a lot of people.
A little over 16,000 every day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And it didn't rain too bad?
No fights, no nothing, man. It was cool.
Sweet.
Everybody was cool. And
that's the way they do it in Wisconsin.
Yeah. Man. And, a couple of the bands said, you being in the brotherhood of metal, either you're in or you're out.
Yeah.
And everybody took care of, like in the mosh pits, if somebody fell, everybody stopped, picked them up.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to ask you a question.
Okay.
Have you ever wanted to crowd surf?
No.
Ever?
Nope.
No?
Doesn't interest.
I was watching
having my balls grabbed by somebody.
Yeah.
Not into that.
Now, Jim Bob grabbed him too hard that one time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was rough.
He was rough.
Turned me off to it.
Well, I watched person after person after person get body passed up through there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, that looks like fun. And then I thought about it. What would they do if this 300-pound fat ass tried to get up there? And I'd be better off just trying to run towards the stage and jump over the barricade than try to be body passed up there.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
There'd be some strained backs.
Some strained backs. Yeah, that's a very nice way to put it, Jerry. Thank you.
I'm trying to be nice, man. I wouldn't But yeah, I wouldn't recommend it, dude.
No,
I wouldn't recommend that. Because I'm always like, all right, how the hell did they get down? Somebody just steps out of the way. And
they just flip them right over the edge, and then security tries to catch them, and then they just
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
And it always reminds me of that movie Airheads too, when that guy goes to stage dive. And the crowd just all moves apart.
Oh,
and he goes face first, face plants right into the ground. Oh, I tell you. All right, so one of the bands out there, like I said, that has been on the show before, that we've had on here that I really wanted to see live was Hell Yeah, and they brought it. They were very, very good, and so I want to play one from them. This is from their CD Blood for Blood. This one's called Hush on Rock and Metal Revival.
Without listeners, we'd just be two losers listening to CDs.
I could diversify, but no, I wax hairy tacos. Maybe I bleach an asshole or two. That's my thing.
Hey, wait a minute.
You never do anything halfway, do you? Says the man holding the plastic ass-gina.
Rock and Metal Revival.
You're not fucking listening to me! You never fucking listen to me! Ah!
There's Metal Church from the CD The Dark, and that's Watch the Children Pray on Rock and Metal Revival. Hey, buddy of mine went
slide guitar.
Buddy of mine went to that show last night.
Oh, really?
Down in Chicago.
Man,
it was Megadeth, Suicidal Tendencies.
That's Saturday too here, right?
Yeah, Metal Church, and some Viking metal band. Omar. Do you want to go?
I might have to check. Yeah, dude, I'd go. I just don't know if I want to spend the money on all that.
You want me to make a call?
Yeah, maybe.
Seriously,
yeah,
I
just have to find good seats. Yeah, Where are they playing? The Bradley?
No, the Milwaukee Arena.
I don't even know if I've been there.
So,
I might be interested in that.
All
dude.
right,
that'd be badass.
After we get off the air, we'll see if we'll hook you up. All right, time now for news of the weird. And there's some really weird stories this week. It just keeps getting dumber and dumber. Seriously.
As we do. We're just slowly digressing.
You know what? I mean...
have you seen the movie Idiocracy?
No.
You got to see it'll scare you how true things are becoming.
Oh, man. This is just
how bad
terrible.
It's getting.
All right. Mass brawl breaks out at Florida Chuck E. Cheese restaurant. Commandant reportedly said trouble started because one person was looking at them.
Now, who wouldn't want to fight at the Chuck E. As soon as I see that place, I just want to punch somebody.
Chuck E. Cheese is like Fight Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. Restaurant Chuck E. Cheese advertises itself as a place where a kid can be a kid, but that only works when adults choose to be adults. It wasn't the case at the Chuck E. Cheese in Miami this past Saturday, where several sets of parents got into a massive brawl, completed with screaming, pushing, shoving, hair pulling, according to one witness. No, and this wasn't over the quality of their rotten pizza.
It wasn't about the pizza?
No. Crystal Jimenez, a 16-year-old who captured the melee on her phone, said one brawler told her the fighting started because one person was looking at them and instigating the problem. They then went up to them and their families got involved.
How dare you have eyes?
Get this, the fight lasted 10 minutes until the cop showed up.
They were waiting. Well, as soon as the pizza got there, everybody sat down and ate, right? Or was the pizza involved?
I don't know if their pizza was involved. It says here, Miami police say they are unable to comment until the bureau chief turns in his report. So,
okay. So we won't know exactly.
We won't know exactly if it was about pepperoni or what it was about.
Somebody got the wrong pizza.
Exactly. This story here reminds me of a couple of our listeners. McDonald's employee accused of smuggling 80 pounds of McNuggets in his cavity.
And it wasn't in his tooth.
Yeah, it was, 31-year-old Andy Brown was arrested this morning by the Ottawa police after a cavity search revealed 4 condoms filled with frozen chicken nuggets hidden in his...
Oh, are you kidding, right?
No.
There's no way. You can't fit that much stuff up there.
Well, here, according to McDonald's spokesman David Knox, Mr. Brown's employer had suspected him of stealing food for some time, and they had already...
an extra big bag or something.
They had searched him on 5 occasions and never seemed to find anything.
No wonder. They're not searching good enough.
The store manager noticed long ago, about 6 months ago, large quantities of McNuggets were missing.
Large quantity.
Yeah.
How
He
much?
said, we installed additional security cameras at various strategic locations throughout the restaurant, and we were finally able to identify the problem. We were extremely shocked when we saw he was going inside the freezer with his hands full of condoms and lubricant. A search of Mr. Brown's locker revealed a large jar of Vaseline and dozens of unused condoms. Ottawa Police Chief Charles Brodello says that the
That can't be
investigation
real.
showed Mr. Brown had already stolen at least 80 to 100 pounds of McNuggets over the past few months. This wasn't all in
Mr.
one steal, man. This was over time.
Oh, so how many?
Mr. Brown now faces charges. His name,
can't
Andy Brown, now faces charges of petty theft and 2 charges of possession of stolen property after allegedly stealing more than 80 pounds of McNuggets between December of 15 and September of 16. Investigators said they used a little ingenuity to find and some Vaseline, inserting the nuggets into the condom and hiding them in his cavity to smuggle them out of the workplace. You know what? I am never eating McNuggets again.
No, this guy's got his own little McNugget cart.
I've heard the statement butt nugget before, but that's terrible.
Oh, yikes, man. I tried to wrap my head around that, and it can't happen.
What?
Why would you think of that? Do you love those McNuggets that much? And how do they know how much he got away? Oh, from what?
I wouldn't give a damn if it was filet mignon. I'm not sticking it up my... Oh, man.
Because it's going to end up there anyway.
Yeah, it's going to end up coming out of that, yeah.
It's going to end up in the same area.
Yeah, all right.
Yikes.
Man banned from riding bus for stinking of pot, and he's fuming.
Oh, man, that poor guy.
From time to time, I smelled like I smoked a little some marijuana because I just did, said Matthew Little, marijuana enthusiast from Bremerton, Washington.
Good for you.
Doesn't like the way his local transit company handles law and order. Or odor.
Law and order.
Law and odor. Yeah.
Is that how they say it up north, eh?
Yeah.
Law and
It's what it's
order.
about. All right. It had banned him, get this, from riding buses for 6 months, saying an overwhelming smell of pot accompanies him wherever he rides the bus. He said, from time to time, I smell like I smoked a little pot. He goes, probably because I just did. Now, Little doesn't think he smells that bad. He described his personal scent as ganja or Karl Lagerfeld. Karl Lagerfeld.
I don't know what that is, but...
If he just said Carl Spackler, I don't know who he's talking about. That's the guy from Caddyshack.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe he should stay away from the skunky stuff. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I'd suggest.
He
Find
says
something
he's
else.
a little pissed off about this. He says, out of the blue, I'm kicked out the bus for 6 months. How am I supposed to get to the doctor to get my medicinal?
Yeah. And do you really want this guy driving?
Yeah.
If he's going to be smoking, give him a goddamn ride. Sit him in the back. What the heck? Hold your nose for 2 seconds. Open a window.
According to the bus company, it is not a rule against marijuana. It's a rule to deal with reeking odors and respect for other riders. So, like, if he had a stinky ass, yeah.
Take some Febreze with you,
Yeah,
bro.
buy some Axe or
Yeah,
something.
Febreze will work, man. Just spray yourself with
Yeah.
something, dude.
Ugh.
Jeez. But to kick him off the bus for 6 months?
truly.
Come on. Is that what they call? See, I'm not I don't even know.
I'm going to get you some.
No,
That's
no.
for Christmas, I think.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I smell like weed?
Yeah. So anybody walks in the house, crime dog, anything. Norway's prime minister caught playing Pokemon in Parliament.
Hey. What
I think that's what our government does a lot of times. They're just
They don't even,
doing something they shouldn't be doing.
They're playing pocket pool.
Clearly, she has her priorities straight. Norwegian Prime Minister Erna Solberg was caught in the act of trying to catch them all. News photographers captured Solberg playing Pokemon Go on Tuesday while listening to a heated debate in Parliament, Norway's Parliament.
Nice.
She says her love of Pokemon Go isn't exactly a state secret. Back in August, Solberg even took time off from a state visit to Slovakia to hunt for Pokemon on the streets of Bratislava.
Come on. Who wouldn't take off? Come on and try to do that. Come on.
I could see Obama walking
yeah.
around back of the White House.
Hell
trying
yeah,
to
why
get
not?
a little Pokemon going.
Yeah.
All right, professional joint roller Doobies Us Harambe tribute.
Remember this guy?
Yeah.
Remember those joints?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did another one. It's
The
cool.
ganja gorilla stuffed with over $500 in Durban poison goes on display.
That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
Too, man.
What
I
if
like
you
that.
rolled a joint with so much personal meaning that smoking it just felt wrong?
Man, you got to smoke this thing.
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
owe
get
it
you
to
a
the
picture.
plant.
I got to get you the picture.
You
of
owe
it.
it to the plant.
Yeah. You owe
You
it.
really do. Look at it that way. That's how professional joint roller Tony. We got to get this guy on the show. Tony Greenhand.
Tony Greenhand. He's a
Feels
professional
about
joint
his
roller.
latest tokable creation, a joint designed to look like Harambe. Is that how you say it?
Harambe.
Harambe?
Yeah, I
The
think so.
gorilla.
Yeah.
The 26-year-old Greenhand was recently commissioned to make the dubious Harambe tribute by Cannabend, a smoke shop dispensary in Bend, Oregon.
Ah, nice.
Says there's about 3 ounces of pot in it, worth about $500 of Durban poison, he
That's
said.
some good stuff, man.
You've had some?
Yeah. I
Yeah?
got some here, yeah.
Yeah?
Well, no, I don't.
Yeah, not
no,
here?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
What you got?
I
What's
wouldn't
that?
partake in that. That's Willie.
Oh, okay. All right. So a gorilla made a pot.
Yeah, with the kid. He even made one of the little kid too.
Really?
Yeah, but he didn't do it as the kid was vicious or that.
He should have had the gorilla smoking the kid. That would have been great. There we go. All right. So that's going to wind up this edition.
I'm gonna be leaving the show. I'm gonna move to Oregon
and Washington,
or Washington,
where it's legal.
Yeah, and I'm gonna start being a professional joint
roller. All right.
Yeah.
Good. Hey, it's good to have goals.
My joints are all gonna look like Q-tips.
There you go. Nice. All right. Last weekend, the original Dokken got back together and did a show out in South Dakota. They're in Japan, and we're gonna play some Dokken. This is by request from the CD Under Lock and Key. This is Will the Sun Rise on Rock and Metal Revival. Talking real metal coming up.
Here's your latest hard rock and metal news on Rock and Metal Revival.
Horns up, metalheads. Time for another edition of Talking Real Metal News you can't use. Get the kids around the stereo speakers. It's time to learn something.
Yeah, share it with everybody.
Yeah, share.
Yeah,
Share
we're
alike.
good. Just pass it along.
That's right. Pass it, pass, puff.
Yeah.
All right. Puff,
like
or is it
that.
puff, puff, pass? Never mind.
Yeah,
all right.
something like that.
Quiet Riot announces new lead vocalist, Shawn Nichols, or maybe you might know him as Sheldon Tarsha.
Yeah, I know him, Sheldon Tarsha.
Yeah, we had him on the show a long time ago.
That CD of his wasn't too bad.
I always liked his stuff. I really did. Hey, Dave.
That's cool. He's got a gig now.
Good gig. Good. I guess Jizzy Pearl's going to finish out the year.
Yeah, and then he's
going
to go do his own thing.
Yeah,
that's
for
cool.
him.
Jizzy Pearl's a great singer.
He's a great singer.
So.
Dave Mustaine says he's been able to recover a lot of his vocal range after undergoing surgery. That's cool.
Yeah, all three. He's got like 4 notes, I think.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah.
Excellent.
So, he's. There ain't much range there.
No shit.
It's like no range.
Yeah.
It's all.
Hey, what do you think of that New Testament album?
Dude, I like
that a lot.
It's good.
The New Testament song "Cannabusiness" is about growing legal marijuana industry.
Yeah.
I have to listen to that again.
Go. Yeah.
Disturbed singer Blast Ronnie James Dio hologram said it almost isn't letting the dead be dead. How do you feel about that? I want to see what you thought.
think it's a tribute to the dude and showing. I think he's just jealous because even that hologram performed better than him.
I'm not really big on the holograms.
No, I mean,
if it's a one-time thing,
if I'm not going to go see it on tour.
Yeah, that's what that's what he's saying.
Yeah, it's not going on tour, dude.
Yeah,
is it?
No, well, that's what the talk is.
Dio hologram tour.
Yeah, it's Dio Disciples with the hologram. Yeah.
Oh no,
that's not cool.
No.
Whitesnake's David Coverdale is not ready to retire just yet. Wonder what he's going to do. What he's going to keep the Whitesnake?
Keep playing.
Whitesnake?
He said,
or is he going to do some solo stuff?
He spoke too soon when he said he was ready to retire and gonna hang it up.
Yeah, I'd like to see him maybe and Glenn Hughes maybe go on the road together.
He can still sing pretty good, man. I mean, he can't hit everybody tunes down lower, and he can't hit all the high notes, but he's better than Dokken. What I saw, heard of Dokken.
Yeah, that wasn't good either.
What I heard of this. Hope he's doing better in Japan.
Yeah, Black Sabbath Geezer Butler sells Beverly Hills home for $2.6 million.
So you're moving? When you moving? Are we going to have a housewarming party for you there?
I'm just setting the ramps up and stuff. So, so you can get around the house.
Sweet. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Can't wait.
I'm waiting. Yeah, pool party, big pool.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, penthouse chicks. It's going to be awesome.
Nice.
All right, Love-Hate collection of early demos to be released. That's talking about Jizzy.
I like them.
Yeah.
They were good.
Queensryche's Todd LaTorre on replacing Jeff Tate. I don't want to be a mimic or a clone.
No, he can sing. He can sing the old Queensryche stuff note for note, and he's got his own personality when it comes to the new stuff.
Yeah, I didn't really think he mimicked. I don't think he mimicked him on the new albums.
No, not at all.
Cinderella's Odakan abandoned plans to play new song on reunion tour. I heard that's because it's not ready yet.
Yeah. Well, no big loss. Nobody wanted to hear it anyways.
No. Cinderella's Tom Kiefer donated guitar and touring outfits to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum. We're going to talk to Eric Brittingham a little later on about Tom Kiefer and the whole Cinderella gig.
Yeah.
John Bush. I don't think anyone expected Metallica to become the beast that they became. When you were first listening back to Metallica back in the day, did you?
No.
Me either.
The first album, I was like, wow, this stuff is fast.
Yeah.
Like, good, but fast. Yeah. It was, but, yeah, John Bush was going to be in their singer.
Wow.
Yeah. Back in the early 80s, they offered it to him, and he turned it down. So, yeah. That's why he's saying, I can't believe how big.
He's kicking himself in the ass for that one. Hey, Rush tour documentary, Time Stands Still, coming to the big screen November 3rd. I'd like to see that on the big screen.
That would be cool. That'd be cool. I saw some behind the scenes, some bits of
clips
it that they put online.
We'll have to see if they showed it at that big theater in Rockford.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, we'll go down and check that out. Blaze Bayley on being fired from Iron Maiden. It took me 4 years before I accepted what happened. Is that how long it took him to sober up? Or
I don't know. But
usually when I get fired from a job, I pretty much know it's happened.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Those albums were not good.
Not good at all, no. Ozzy Osbourne's former mistress, Michelle Pugh, settles public shaming lawsuit against his daughter, Kelly. Yeah, Kelly's kind of a bitch.
Yeah, she seems to get involved in all
that
stuff.
She needs to mind her own business. And Anthrax Scott Ian lives out Dream performing with Cheap Trick. So,
that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that is very cool.
Playing Elfidazine.
Yeah?
Yeah. Could look cool.
Yeah, you know me. I'm a big Cheap Trick fan. I dig Cheap Trick. Speaking of Anthrax,
they're from around here, huh?
They're close to here.
Yeah.
I don't even know what we're going to play out of this, dude. What do you want to play out?
I don't know, man. How about let's play that Operation Mindcrime.
All right, Operation Mindcrime. All right, this is called Taking on the World.
So this one's got Ripper and
Blaze Bayley, your other favorite singer in it. All right. Right here on Rock and Metal Revival.
This portion of Rock and Metal Revival is brought to you by...
Now what do? You know what I mean? What the hell? Where'd that come from?
I taught myself how to keister.
How to...
Yeah.
Keister up the keister.
Look. The electronic toothbrush part still works.
Oh, no. Okay, James, cut it off. Cut it off. Get it out of my face, man.
I can turn it on with no hands.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that trick. It's okay. Put it back. God.
Put it back?
No. Stop, please.
Do you want me to teach you how?
Nah, I'm a pass on that.
It starts with a simple inverse inhale.
James, stop it.
That with a simultaneous relaxing of the sphincter.
Okay, I don't want to know.
You sure?
James, I'm positive.
Okay.
I just want to ask you one question.
Yeah.
I was over there and I was touching other shanks.
Yeah.
Were they
keistered?
Yeah. Were they keistered?
Most of them. Yeah.
From the Long Cold Winter release, there is Cinderella, and if you don't like it, I don't care. Right here on Rock and Metal Revival, and
good attitude.
Still one of my favorites, man. I still love that song, and we're I don't know. I think he now is the most welcomed guest on Rock and Metal Revival. We want to welcome back our friend Eric Brittingham to the show. How you doing, Eric?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
We're doing great. It's great to have you back on the show, and you probably particularly like that song, don't you?
Well, yeah, I actually wrote that song out of frustration because I had a bunch of songs before the first record that didn't make it on the first record, and then when we were in pre-production for the second one, I kept bringing in songs, and the producer was like, nah. So finally, I wrote this one. I was like, well, here you go. How about this one? And they liked it, so it went on.
So now, Eric, you just said you had all these songs you wrote, and how much Cinderella stuff is probably sitting in the can somewhere, that nobody's heard?
Oh, there's a lot. Probably upwards of 100 songs easily.
Wow.
That no one's heard. I mean, like some of them, like I wouldn't want anyone to hear.
There's a reason they're where they are.
Some of the early ones, yeah. There are reasons, yeah.
So now, Eric, you are now on the road with a gentleman that you toured with a lot when you were in Cinderella with Poison. What's it like being out on the road with the Bret Michaels Band?
It's awesome. I'm really enjoying myself. It's a great bunch of guys. Bret's great to work with and work for, and it's just I look forward as much to just like the bus rides after the show than I do the actual show. It's a lot of fun. And I think it shows on stage, which is cool. And I'm just having a great time. I mean, I've been with him now, going on 6 months now, and it seems like I just started. It's so weird, like time is just like passing by quick. So which means we're having fun. So a lot of work though. I mean, we work steady, and I don't see a break coming in sight.
So what's going on the bus after the show? That's what I want to know.
Oh, we just like we do our victory dance. We had a great show. We just we kick back a few, and there's some video footage of it from time to time where we're using like the guitar tech's face as a backboard for basketball, and like Nerf darts, and we just do stupid shit. We just cut up and have fun.
At least you're putting him to use. Keeping him busy.
Yeah. I was telling Bret, I was like, we really should really film this and make a series. I mean, there's got to be a way to sell this. I mean, seriously, people will pay good money to see this crap.
Yeah. So now, Eric, I was reading not too long ago online that there might be a Poison Def Leppard tour. How does that affect you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, if it happens, I know it's not. I don't think there's any talks in the works. I mean, Bret's really putting it out there. He really wants to make it happen, and we'll just see if all the stars align, and and it happens. It's fine. I mean, it'll only be for like a couple months, which is which I have other things I could be doing, or who knows? I mean, we might. I know that on other Poison tours, the Bret Michaels Band also did shows too. And he just traveled with his solo band, and there was nights where they do a Poison show, drive an hour, and then do a Bret Michaels show. So you just never know. So he's a hard-working guy, and he's a workaholic.
So will the stars align sooner to get a Poison tour or a Cinderella tour?
Oh, Poison tour for sure.
now, I, you know what? We've been friends a while, and I'm just going to throw this out there: is Cinderella, is that a dead issue?
At the moment, yeah. I mean, I'll never say never, but at the moment, there's, you can do the research. It's out there. Read between the lines, and you'll figure out what's going on. And I just don't think it's my place, like to talk about it, but. I just don't see anything changing with the internal problems. So, because the problem that we're having is with somebody who doesn't want to change, and
we know it. Yeah,
I think it's a shame. It's a shame for the rest of us. It's a shame for our fans. But hey, it is what it is. Tom's happy doing his solo career, which is great, and it's getting better. It's taking off, and I wish him all the best. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm playing with a great band, with a great bunch of guys. We're all like best buds, and it's all good. So Fred and Fred's happy too. So so be it.
So is Tom going to be a country artist now, or what?
I don't. I haven't heard that one.
That's what he's looking like.
Well, I hear.
Oh, really?
My question for you now, Eric, is now we were all excited. Well, you and I talked about this when I saw you in Nashville. I'm watching videos from that Monsters of Rock. I think it was the Monsters of Rock cruise, and I see you playing with Last in Line.
Oh yeah.
You got to tell us what that was like.
Well,
I mean, it was a sad thing, but I mean,
way to do it.
Well, I mean, it was an honor. I mean, first and foremost, I was, like honored that they, that they wanted to pay tribute, like to Jimmy, who had just passed away, and fulfill their commitment to play on the cruise, and but it was bittersweet for me because I was friends with Jimmy Bain, and I actually hadn't talked to him in 20 years, and was, and I was looking forward to like maybe just reconnecting with him, and then he passed away on the cruise, and I was like kind of devastated about that, and then the next morning I got called to the production office and told that they wanted to meet with me about doing a short set to pay tribute to him, and like I said, I was honored, but it's a lot of pressure, and but at the end of the day, it was everything went great. I think they enjoyed it. I certainly did, and I think the fans did too. And I was they're continuing on. They got Phil Sasson, which I think is the perfect choice for that group. It's a natural choice because him and Jimmy were close friends. They play similar. They look alike. It's kind of eerily look alike. I was talking to Vinny Appice about that. He said, "Yeah, we're playing a gig," and he said, "I'm from my perspective, I'm looking at the back of Phil, and it's Jimmy."
Wow.
It's kind of creepy, but they were a great bunch of guys. I mean, like excellent like players. I mean, Vinny Appice, there's not a better drummer out there. He's awesome, and Vivian Campbell. Oh my God, that he is so precise in his playing. I'm a Dio fan, so I was like, it was very surreal. But I loved it, but it was really bittersweet because I would get like excited like playing, and then thinking about why I'm playing, and that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Well, Eric, you moved to Nashville a few years back, and I love to come to Nashville, and you keep telling me about this thing I need to see called the Rock and Roll Residency. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about what that's about?
Yeah, that's the thing that a bunch of rock musicians, which most of them play in these country bands, and they're off. Country bands go out and they do Thursday through Sunday, and they come back, and Monday and Tuesdays are off. So about 2 years ago, they started this residency at a little Irish bar, just to kind of get their yayas out, because they're playing country music for their living, and they just wanted just to do classic, really cool classic rock songs, and they actually I think Chuck Garrick from Alice Cooper's band was the first bass player involved.
Wow.
And the guitar player was with Rodney Atkins, and I think the other guy he also played with somebody at that time, and the drummer who played with Thompson Square, and another guy from Low Cash Cowboys. So they're all from these country bands, and they just started doing a Tuesday night. It's a free show, and it started growing, and eventually Alice Cooper got the Motley tour, so Chuck was gone, for a year and a half.
Uh-huh.
So the guitar player got his bass player from Rodney Atkins, to play bass. So I used to go and I would sit in. They would have guests, if anybody, with a name or whatever could sit in. So I would go up and from time to time and play a couple songs with them, and it was fun because it's an amazing band. They're great players, and their bass player had to have hip surgery. And I filled in for. I was going to fill in for a month while he recuperated. It turned into 6 months because
nice.
it took him longer to heal. And so yeah, and I still do it from time to time. Like, you know, now with Bret, I'm so busy.
Yeah.
I think I've played with him maybe 3 times in the past 6 months, and you know, because if I'm home for like 2 days, I want to spend it with my with my
kids.
family.
Yeah, yeah.
So but it's a great thing, and they're getting more and more recognition, and yeah, and it's a thing that like. Whoever's in, there's people who live there, but there's people who tour through there, which is another thing. Like most days off, if you're touring, is Mondays and Tuesdays. So, he's had Alice Cooper sit in, actually his entire band sit in, and a half of Deep Purple, Robin Zander, Lizzie Hale is always sitting in, Dee Buell, like tons of like, you know, like famous people and great players. It's just amazing, and it's just getting more and more recognition, and it's just, you know, it's becoming like a staple Nashville thing.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it must be cool because we've been trying to get Lizzie Hale on this show for about 5 years, and she won't even return a call.
So now we'll just go to Nashville and stalk her.
Yeah, so now we're going to go to Nashville and try to get her on.
There you go. It'd be easy, you know. And I know it's becoming like a who's who there, you know. So it's like, yeah, you can look around and be, okay, there's a guitar player from Big and Rich. There's this guy so yeah, you're seeing more and more like familiar faces, like Michael Wagner, like producer, is always there. And there's just, like I said, it's you know, pretty much like any given Tuesday is a who's who of Nashville there. It's, you know, and it's still not, they don't even advertise it. You know, people just know, like, to go there Tuesday nights, and it's free, and it's gonna. And they're going to get a great set. When I was doing it, it was a learning. I mean, like, you know, we would make up a set list like maybe the day before. Most of the time, it was like the morning of, and I would have to learn 20 to 25 songs, some of which are not easy. you know, because like I mean, we're doing Iron Maiden, we're doing Priest, we're doing like I mean, everything from A to Z. So it's and it's like, you know, like some intricate stuff. So it's really cool.
What's the name of the bar?
It's called the Harp and Fiddle.
The Harp
and
Fiddle.
Yep, it's right on Music Circle off of Demumbrian.
Oh, okay, I know where that's
Nashville.
at. Yeah, because I'm coming down there in a couple of weeks, but it's on a weekend, so it probably wouldn't do me any good to go over there.
No, it probably would just be Irish music or country or something.
As long as it got whiskey, you know me.
But you never know. Like you have to check this. I know one of this kid that sits in is playing this Saturday. You know, doing like a rock show. So sporadically, like, they do have other rock shows there.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Nashville now. So
and the other thing too, Eric, I wanted to ask you about is you've had a long working relationship with Brandon Gibbs. Anything going on? You guys going to be working together again soon, or because last time I saw you, we were Cheap Thrill together.
Yeah, well, we just did. As a matter of fact, like Friday night, he filled in for like Pete, because Pete had he has a candle business, and he opened his first retail store in Manassas, Virginia, last Friday, and Brandon came out and he filled in for him. So that was kind of cool. Good to see him, and we did talk about possibly if it slows down after the first of the year, we may book some shows. We may not go out as Cheap Thrill. We might just get a new lineup and do something slightly different. Well, probably the same formula. It'll basically be what we did with Cheap Thrill, but call it something else.
Call it something different.
Yeah. Cool.
So now, Eric, one of the things one of the other things I wanted to talk to you about, why we had you here on the air, is I didn't know this until I drove up to Ringgold to see you and Bret, of all the charity work that he does for the vets, for the diabetes foundations. I mean, I don't think he gets the credit he deserves.
Yeah, well, like, he keeps that kind of low key, and I have so much respect for him for that. I mean, his meet and greet stuff, which most bands they do paid meet and greets, and and that's extra revenue for the band. His goes to charity, and every show. I mean, it's awesome. A little ghetto, and then but he, we go out and we auction the hats he wears, sometimes his guitar, sometimes his shirt off his back, and it's the same thing, and it all goes into to his charity, which is great, and he gives it back to that local community. Like right now, instead of like a day off, we're in Pennsylvania doing a charity, like a private event with an after school program for underprivileged kids, like to expose them to music. So
awesome.
Brett's sitting in. They're giving like a concert, kind of like School of Rock does.
Nice.
And but he's doing it because it's all charity, and he does so much of that, and he has a big heart, and he likes to work and like together he does a lot of good. I don't think people really realize that.
Yeah, definitely not. Now you've been playing Poison tunes for a while, I take it.
Yeah. It's like it all comes back to Poison. I actually played in Poison for 2 weeks, like filling in for Bob, when he had to go back home at the end of the 2009 tour, and so I actually was the 16th or 18th member of Poison.
Nice.
For a minute, and then Devil City Angels, we played Poison songs. So now I'm with Bret, and we play Bret songs and we play Poison songs. So it's like all roads lead to Poison.
So are there any Poison songs you think need some cowbell added to it, like every rose has its thorn? Could use a little freaking cowbell at the beginning or something, maybe.
Only if you wear like a crop top.
There you go.
Nice.
And spandex.
Oh, there you go.
You ain't seeing me in spandex, my brother. I'll tell you that right now. Well, Eric, it is always a pleasure to have you on the show, and I'm going to be down in Nashville in November. Hopefully, you're home around then, so we'll load the back of the vehicle up with some Leinenkugels and. I can't cross beer across the line.
We're going to be up in your neck of the woods here soon too.
Okay.
The first of November, we're in Green Bay. We're doing 2 shows there. It's a Tuesday and a Thursday. We had Thursday booked. It sold out in 45 minutes, so we added a second show on November 1st. So 1st and 3rd, and I know that there's some other ones in that area, and I think that we might be there. I think at the very end of the year somewhere in Wisconsin. I don't think they've announced that yet.
Well,
so all roads kind of lead to Poison and Wisconsin for us.
And cheese and Leinenkugel. There you go.
It's probably the Leinenkugel that's something to do with it. I don't know. I'm going to get like an endorsement. Just call John and say, look.
The thing, maybe we'll get you one of them Leinenkugel bases.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, with the wrap on it. Well, Eric, you guys have a safe trip around, and hopefully we'll run into you real soon here, and we're going to throw another one in from Long Cold Winter. This is Gypsy Road. Eric Brittingham, thank you for coming on RMR.
Well, thank you for having me.
From his CD Origins Volume 1, there's Ace Frehley and Rock and Roll Hell right here on Rock and Metal Revival. Sometimes I feel like we broadcast from there, don't you, brother?
Yeah, when it's hot in here. But
it's not too bad in here today. Now that fall's here.
Yeah.
So we want to thank our buddy Eric Brittingham for coming on the show. And Eric, there's plenty of Leinenkugels for you next time we see you. He always helps us out, man.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's a good dude. And if you get out and you can see the Bret Michaels Band, I know we've always gave Bret a bunch of crap on this show about being a poison-free zone. But, dude, the more charity work I find out that he does,
I cut him
I'm
going
to cut him some slack on this one. So we want to thank Eric Brittingham once again for being on the show. And next week, this could be big.
You think so?
It could be huge.
Oh, what is...
I can't.
Is that what you told the wife before
I married her? Yeah. But this, seriously, the guest next week, this might be legendary.
Really?
Yep.
Are you kidding? You really?
Dead serious.
Wow. Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's coming up next week, and I just can't. I want to tell you, but if it doesn't show up,
Marie Osmond?
No. No, I did have her on my country show.
I know. I heard.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
She called me sweetie.
Yeah.
All right. So she said, "You're a little bit rock and roll." I said, "You damn right I am." All right, everybody. You have yourselves a great weekend. And like we always say, don't drink and drive.
Smoke and fly.
Peace.
This brings to an end another edition of Rock and Metal Revival. If you enjoyed it, tell a friend. If you didn't, tell two. Until next time, this is Rock and Metal Revival.
doubting us, you shit-faced cockmasters. Wow.
To catch the whole show of Rock and Metal Revival, all you have to do is check it out on these affiliates. Megarock Radio's on Saturdays from 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and on Uncontrolled Noize Tuesdays at 1 a.m., Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on UncontrolledNoise.com. And make sure that you leave them a message and tell them that you found Rock and Metal Revival on their stations.